Hi there, we are going to start off today with a little bit of review from last unit. So let's see, an object moves along the x-axis with an initial position. So we know that it's starting when x is 0, then the position's at 2. The velocity of the function at the time t greater than 0 is given by this velocity function. What is the position? So we want to know the position, not the distance traveled. If it was the distance traveled, we would look at absolute value of velocity. Position just means where are we going to land when we're done moving. And we're looking at time 4. So what we want to think about is, where are we starting? Well, our initial position is at 2, and then to that we have to add the position after we travel this distance on the velocity curve. So we're going to go from 0 to 4 of our velocity function, which is sine pi by 3 t dt. So we'll go ahead and take the integral of that, and we could use u substitution. You could say u is pi by 3t, and then we could take the derivative of that, and we would get just pi by 3 dt, and since we only have dt, we multiply by the reciprocal, so 3 over pi du equals dt. I'm going to kind of take the integral without doing all my u substitution. That would just be 2 plus, and then I know I have my 3 pi out front. The integral of sine is just negative cosine pi by 3 t, and I already took care of that chain rule here by multiplying this out front. And we would normally have plus a constant, but we are trying to find the position from 0 to 4. I'll clean this up a little bit. So we have 2 plus, this is negative 3 pi cosine pi by 3t from 0 to 9. So let's see here if I can move my screen down a little bit. That didn't work. Okay, we'll just continue here. So now we're just going to evaluate it. This is actually 4. It looks like a 9 there. So we'll evaluate it first at 4. So we do 2 plus negative 3 pi cosine, and that would be 4 pi by 3. And then from that we subtract. We're doing this all. Subtract. If we're going to subtract a negative, it becomes plus 3 pi cosine, and this whole expression times 0. So that's going to give us 2 plus, and 4 pi by 3, this is bringing us back to trig. 4 pi by 3 lands us in this quadrant here, so all students take. So that means our sine value is going to be, our cosine is going to be negative. So we have negative 3 pi times a negative value here. And then cosine 4 pi by 3, the reference angle is just pi by 3. So I know the cosine of pi by 3 is just going to be 1/2. And then we're going to subtract there, add the negative here, so 3 pi, and then the cosine of 0 just being 1 here. So we'll simplify this expression. We have 2 plus, this becomes 3 over 2 pi plus 3 over pi. So we end with, and we can end right there for the AP. If we wanted to simplify a little bit further, we could just say that is, multiply these both by 2, put them over 2 pi, and then this ends up with 3 plus 6, which is 9 pi by 2. All right, that's it for the starter.